Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He finds his running back, Mixon. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. And to give this time to the tailback. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Play action. It's Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now Joe Mixon. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Open man is Ross, complete. 11 yards for number 11.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal. Mixon trying to punch it in. And he bowls his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. Joe Mixon taking it in as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Bengals grab it. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Bullock good on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. This is taken at the 3. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
second and 11 at the 15-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11.
I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo! Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Check, 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 check.
Second and 11. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Montez Sweat coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5.
He'll look to throw. Got a man open. It's Ross. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, but it leads to 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. He'll have a first down past the 40, and he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. That good for 22 and a first down. Now Roethlisberger on first down. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. Just 3 catches in the wild card victory for him a week ago, and now he's got his first here, and it's good for a first down. A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see. They go play action here on first down. And this is incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, it's Roethlisberger. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Carl Lawson. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. Boswell's kick is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So they've put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points. It will give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. From the gun, a give to Mixon. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Single.
Back to throw here. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
Look at me, zipper. 25 the mic. We got 25 the mic. I got you, boy. Hey, 25 the mic. We got 25 the mic. Hey, come on out here. Be driven.
They'll look to throw. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Roethlisberger. He's got this complete to Ryan Switzer. 27 yards there, a first down.
Yeah, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son, and then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, the offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
7 yards on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Squeeze, watch 36 the mic. Let's go. Hey, Delta. 36, line, go.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off by Sean Williams. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for our team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you it's not very good.
There on the tackle, Minkah Fitzpatrick. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Try to force it to his tight end, Walker, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead. Not so fast. That pick 6 really changes the complexion. Probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now. Probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
Boswell good with the extra point. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's 2nd and 8. He's got a man, and that's Alex Erickson. 9 yards the pick up there, and it's a first down. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. 2nd and 10. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They go play action with Roethlisberger. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Roethlisberger. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They go play action now. Roethlisberger. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Juju Smith-Schuster in the final seconds of the first half, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round.
Let's go. Let's do it.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
On 2nd and 7, Roethlisberger. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game.
55 is mark, 55. Check the out, check the out. Hey, Orbit. 55, mark 55.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And he's got another. First down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 32-yard line.
17 yards. First down, Pittsburgh.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Keep it up, guys. Watch the safety creep. One day. Whoa! Watch it, Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Let's keep moving. Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the... Show that bench release and go. Screen. Wide open.
Roethlisberger will throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Take both of them.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Call it a gain of 14 for the second play in a row.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Take both of them.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Steelers have taken the lead. And that's why you have the fullback, Charles. Couldn't get it in the play before with a smaller guy. Turned to a little more power. They score it.
And now it has to warm the hearts of a lot of old-school football fans. They love when they get to see a little bit of power football.
This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's go. Out. Let's bring it. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got that 5.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football, averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps on just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach? When I click off this film, I better see 11 jerseys in the picture going after the ball carrier.
And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
On the double.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Right there. Drop deep. Go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning, threw 28 his rookie.
There he goes left side. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there. 29 yards. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Boswell good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Let's go
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 42. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This one fielded at the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going, and they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive may be them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there, it's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Come to my work. At 25 to Mike.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And Walker has it. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Hey, Charlie.
2nd and 13. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Jack 16. Hey, I said.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Cincinnati. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Going deep to the end zone. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers, they broaden